Should you go by feel as a natural? Should you chase the pump? Should you go for the exercises that you feel the craziest pump, the craziest burn, the craziest mind-muscle connection? I'll tell you all about it in this video. Just got off a call with my client and he was telling me, you know what, I'm doing my squats, I don't feel a lot of my quads. When I'm doing my leg extension or when I'm doing this hack squat or leg press, I feel it so much more. When I'm doing the overhead shoulder press, I feel nothing on my shoulders, but when I go on the machine and I do my shoulder press, I feel them so much more. I feel the pump, I feel the crazy burn, and I feel like my shoulder are working. Should you follow those things? Should you follow just the pump? As a natural, it's super important, guys, that you understand, all right? This video is super important because a lot of people are making this mistake. They're going for the exercises, the one arm cable with the crazy stretch, the machine that will give you the craziest leg extension so you get a good pump, the shoulder machine, all right? We're going mostly for machines, but what you don't understand is that I can squeeze my biceps right now as crazy as possible and I'll feel a crazy pump, all right? I'll feel a burn, I'll feel the crazy pump. Is this more beneficial than me than doing, let's say, hammer curls? Not really, all right? When I'm doing my squats, yes, it works my quads, but it also does many other things. The pump is just the tip of the iceberg, all right? What it does, especially for naturals, it's gonna impact your nervous system. All right, it's gonna shock your body. You've got that barbell back squat and you're going up and down and you've got at least 100 kilos. I don't even know, you've got good heavy weight. You're squatting, you're pushing yourself. Do you know how much the effect it has on your body? All the muscles in your body are working. Your central nervous system is mobilized. Your quads, your hamstring, your glutes, your core, lower back, upper back. Yes, your quads will get a lot of work, but also the impact it has on your whole body, the nervous system, the hormone, the effect on the hormones, all right? It will increase your testosterone. It will impact your growth hormone. It will have a lot of benefit advantages that you will not get just from doing a leg extension, even though the leg extension would get your legs burning on fire and you'll get the craziest pump and you'll see veins coming off of everywhere. That's not really what's gonna get you to grow. 2 hours later, all that blood will go back in the rest of your body. What happened? Yeah, your legs were pumped during that little leg extension, but 2 hours later, not much, all right? As opposed to, when are we growing? Think about that. When are you growing? Are you growing at the gym when you get blood in the muscles, or you're growing when you're sleeping and recovering? When you're sleeping and you're recovering and your body, thanks to all the growth hormone, all right? Your body, thanks to all the nutrition, yes, you're recovering well, you're sleeping, and that's where your body is growing, all right? And a lot of that has to do with the impact that those big compound lifts have on your body, all right? When you're doing a shoulder press also, that's something else. You're doing a shoulder press with free weights, seated or standing, all right? When I say seated, no back supported, or standing, overhead press, you're working a lot of stabilizers muscles, a lot of little muscles in your rhomboids, in your traps, in your rear delt, in your side delts, all right, in your mid traps to help you keep that shoulder stable. What do you think this will do? Imagine all those little muscles growing. Well, your shoulder will just grow, as opposed to going sitting on this shoulder press machine that you can only do one motion up and down. Yes, you will feel the craziest burn, but then a few hours later, your shoulder will be small and you won't get a lot of results, even if you push to failure, even you're pushing to failure, even if you're putting a lot of weight, you're pushing every single set to failure. You're just working one little muscle group, one little part of it, you're isolating it as much as possible, as opposed to working many muscles at the same time, stabilize those muscles, and the tension that you'll have on your shoulders. Why you're not feeling the craziest pump is because your body's working as a whole and many muscles are working, all right? So your body just stopped giving you that signal that just one area is pumped, all right? So guys, don't just focus on the pump. Just don't just focus on getting that crazy blood flow and that crazy pump. This is important, all right, but it's a complementary. Make sure that the bread and butter of your exercises, it's the barbell rows, it's the overhead press, the bench press, the squats, the deadlift, the pull-ups, the dips, the push-ups, all right? I have good friends of mine that they have no machines, all right? All they do is those exercises. They actually train for strongmen, and you know, most of strongman exercises are those compound lifts. These guys are huge. They could compete in any bodybuilding competition anytime. They just need to get a little bit leaner, all right? They barely touch any machines, and not only they look insane and they're huge, but they're also super strong and they don't get a lot of injuries, all right? Because they got their body strong in those big movements. So guys, if you're enhanced, by all means, go get the pump work, go do all those pump stuff. But if you're natural, stop relying on the pump on the field. This is important. The pump and the field is important for the small muscles. For triceps, for me, after I finish all my presses, I'll squeeze it, just get a lot of blood in my triceps. But I know deep down that this is not what's getting me to grow. All right, what's getting me to grow is my overhead press, my bench press, my push-ups, my dips. Those are the things that will give me the most bang for my buck. Those are the ones that I gotta focus on. And you know what? My quads are pretty big. Mostly I do squats. I don't feel my quads like crazy on squats, to be honest. But what I do after is I squeeze my quads as much as possible just to get more blood in there. But the moral of the story, don't focus just on blood flow, don't focus just on the pump. It's a good part of the equation, but don't train for the pump. Do not train for the pump if you're natural. I can't stress it enough, all right? It's crazy, yeah? Social media, my goodness, social media. We see people doing those single arm cable squeeze and this and that, and if they're natural, they would most of the time be super small and have barely any muscle. Look at someone doing pull-ups and doing sets of pull-ups, 10 real pull-ups, up and down, weighted pull-ups, dips. Alpha Destiny, Alex Leonidas, all right, Alpha Destiny, mostly pull-ups, boom, look at his back. I've got a good friend of mine at the gym, Carl. All he does is calisthenics work, weighted, but trust me, his body is just insane, all right? I'm pretty sure he doesn't feel his lats squeezing like crazy when he's doing his pull-ups, but yet his lats are huge, all right? So that's it. You're natural, focus on those compound lifts. Don't just chase the pump, don't just chase the feel. The pump can be added as a complementary at the end to really just get a bit more blood flow in there, but understand that this is not what will give you the most bang for your buck. That's it for this video, guys. I just keep it real with you, you know. Don't see everything, don't follow everything you see on social media. And like I always say, naturals can't train like enhanced guys. Enhanced guys should train like naturals. Enhanced guys should still focus on the compound lifts, but it's just too dangerous for them because why risk it? Why risk putting all that weight on that squat and risk injuries, all right? Because it's easier for them to mostly get a pump work done. And if you realize, most of the big bodybuilders that are the biggest do the compound lifts. Ronnie Coleman, just watch Ronnie Coleman's training style. Rows, deadlift. Today I was watching his back workout and I watched Jay Cutler back workout, all right? They all have the same thing in common. They start with pull downs, barbell rows, stiff leg deadlift, dumbbell rows, pull-ups, and then they'll finish with that cable cross grip. Nowadays, bodybuilders will put that bench, calculate the orbit for the cable to have the squeeze and then stretch and then squeeze and then stretch. They don't tell you that, oh, I can't do the barbell row because it hurts my lower back. I don't feel it in my lats. Well, I'm sure Ronnie Coleman didn't feel it while repping those plates, and now you'll say, well, his genetics. Come on, we can always find excuses. Stick with your compound lifts and I'll see you soon. Ciao.